I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. No second guess it, I let it set it. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mindset is terminal. In and out different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
Welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. This is Danny G, sitting alongside Rio and Jimmer today, and happy day after St. Patrick's Day, folks.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
We don't usually do a Thursday night podcast, so we had to make do and knock her out Friday night. The closest thing I could find to a green drink, for those of you that live in Iowa, the Mountain Dew has a hard Mountain Dew now, and Iowa's one of the lucky states that can have them. So we're going to represent that tonight. Rio's got the Mavs jersey rocking right now.
Know it.
Some whiskey wagers that need to be paid up here. Off some huge breaking news today, too.
Man, I feel like we haven't gone over the last, week and a half, 2 weeks. We haven't gone a night without some just blockbuster crazy breaking news, right?
Well, any one of them just can't be left alone by themselves. It's got to be like more than one. So yeah. there's a couple big-ass things that happen in the NFL.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll definitely touch on those.
Yep.
We do have a special guest on tonight, Christian Minto. He's a wrestler for NIACC Community College. He recently won a national title in wrestling, so we'll get him on the phone as well.
The champ is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, indeed. So everybody's ready. I'll go ahead and dial him up.
Ginger. Very gingery, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Just ginger and Mountain Dew.
It tastes like that.
Yeah.
Your call has been forwarded
Oh.
to an...
Oh!
Yeah, he just had called me a few minutes ago.
2 straight ghosts. Here we go.
Well, this one actually rang. The guy the other night did not ring at all.
Yeah, and has he contacted you since?
No.
Here,
Oh, we
that.
got that, too.
You'll get what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Ooh.
Ginger bitch.
It's not bad, though.
Oh, it's not the worst thing I've had, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
better
mean, we
than-
have some stuff on the table that is pretty damn bad. So.
Yeah, I guess when we're floating that out. Oh, well, here's our guy.
Here we go.
Hello, Christian.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
So I'm Chris, and they call me Rio here on the podcast. I'm sitting with Danny G, my co-host, and Jimmer. And we're just going to kind of talk through some questions we had for you about, wrestling and all that kind of stuff. First off, we want to say congrats on winning your national title. That's obviously
Yeah, congrats,
big time.
bro.
big time.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's seriously, we're jacked, and it's our pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess we'll go ahead and jump right into it. I think Jimmer's got some questions up first here.
Yeah, so when did you start wrestling?
I started wrestling in 6th grade. I was probably around like 13, 12 years old.
Okay. All right. Where did you start wrestling?
Cape Coral, Florida. I wrestled at like a youth club in Charlotte. It's probably about 30 minutes north.
Okay.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, Florida wrestling, pretty tough down there.
Yeah, fairly. Yeah, it's getting tougher through the years. Yeah.
Awesome.
What do you have any titles down there? Any accolades from your youth wrestling time?
I wrestled in state all 4 years. I placed 3rd my freshman year, and then every year after that, I've won it. So 3-time state champ.
Oh damn!
Oh, heck yeah.
And what weight class is that?
I wrestled 26 my freshman year, 32 my sophomore year, and then 160 both years, my junior and senior.
Damn, dude.
What are you at now?
I'm at 165
Okay.
in college right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I missed that part. Where'd you wrestle at in high school?
Mariner High School.
Okay.
It's also in Cape Coral, Florida.
Okay. And you came all the way up to Iowa, where it's nice and brittly cold from the sunny place of Florida.
My brother happens to be the coach, so
Okay.
talked me into it. So yeah.
Okay. All right. That's even sweeter. Right on.
Hell yeah.
That so you definitely have some crazy stuff that you had to have seen while living in Florida then, right?
Yeah.
So I want you before we're done with this interview, I want you to think of a crazy ass story that you've seen, all right? Like something down there in Florida, I don't care, or maybe even a little bit of college stuff, whatever.
Yeah. So,
I don't want to hear some of the stories, but all right.
Oh no, dude, that's what we live off of. Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
You know, we definitely do.
Yeah.
Did you play any other sports in high school besides just wrestling?
Yeah, I just wrestled.
Just wrestled. Okay. Any freestyle or anything like that?
I wrestled freestyle. Probably like 2 tournaments in high school. That was probably about it. And then last year, summer, probably like around spring, I wrestled in senior nationals.
Oh yeah.
I placed 7th there.
Okay.
Hell
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's some high level wrestling going on.
Freestyle event I did. I probably wrestled like three freestyle events in my time wrestling.
Got you.
Okay.
So coming from Florida, and ended up in NIACC, how was that recruiting process? Did you have a bunch of schools recruiting you? And ultimately, how did you end up at NIACC? You said your brother was the coach. There.
I had a handful, probably about 6 schools trying to recruit me, but I just knew it was NIACC. My brother was the coach, and I just couldn't turn it down.
Sure, absolutely. Do you remember what those colleges were? Any of them you could name?
Not on top of my head. A lot of them were D2, and then I had other JUCO, but I had I believe 2 D1s.
Okay.
Campbell and
Oh yeah.
I forgot the other school.
Okay. Can you describe what your first season was like in college and making that adjustment to the next level of wrestling and how you adjusted to that?
I just always had to be ready. I mean, that's probably the biggest adjustment. I just being prepared.
Absolutely. No,
I can't really explain that. That one's hard.
Right. Yeah. No, definitely. Was there a transition? Did you have to get ultimately much better on your feet, on top bottom game?
I'd probably say my top game, top game and getting out on bottom. That's probably my biggest weakness. But I feel like I got over that hump.
Sure.
So yeah, I'd probably say top and bottom.
Gotcha. Where do you feel you wrestle best at? Are you really good at turning people on top, going for turns, or do you like to be on your feet and take people down?
These past 2 years, I've kind of enjoyed being on top and turning guys, but I'd probably say feet overall.
Okay. What's your favorite turn? What do you use, a tilt, or what do you got going on top?
Just like a little cheap maple tilt.
Okay. Yep. Awesome. So how did you place at nationals your first year at NIACC?
I wrestled at NIACC for 3 years. I placed second my first year. I lost in the finals.
Okay.
Yeah, and then sophomore year, of course I won it. And then this past year, we have a COVID year.
Yep.
So yeah, won that one, and then on to the next.
Right. So 2-time national title. That's dang good. And
yeah.
then the second place as well. How'd that feel? I mean, obviously amazing. Definitely probably better than your state titles at the high school level, I'm sure.
It honestly felt good. I can't even explain it.
Yeah.
Just
knowing all your goals and hard work has paid off.
Yeah, it's hard to compare to state. I was just so young, and I was just that's what I worked for the whole time, and then going to college, it's just different.
And still dominating.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Do you remember your records? Were you undefeated these last 2 years?
These last 2 years, yes. My freshman year, I lost one match though. And I was in the finals.
In the finals. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you happen to remember who you faced in the finals all these 3 years?
Yes. My freshman year, I believe I wrestled Isaiah Crosby.
Where was he from?
And then he's also from Florida.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow,
so
okay.
it was like, yeah, but I believe he went Oregon State right after that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Keaton Gertz. I think he's an Iowa native. He's wrestled in a few Iowa State titles.
Sounds familiar.
Gertz, definitely sounds familiar for
Yeah,
sure.
I wrestled him in the finals. And then this past year, I wrestled a guy from Clackamas.
All right.
Steel Starin.
Okay. What was the score of that match this past year?
I believe it was 15-4.
So putting a whooping on.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man.
There was no doubt that he won is what it
Yeah.
comes down to.
Definitely. All that hard work, man. So do you still have eligibility left, or is that it for you?
No, I still have 2 years eligibility in a red shirt. So,
Okay. So that's interesting. Yeah. So where would you like to go, or do you have any schools that are reaching out, interested? I'm sure.
I mean, I have a few, but I'm just keeping my options open.
Sure, absolutely. Is there a favorite school if you could go anywhere and wrestle? Do you have a favorite school? If they gave you a scholarship today, full ride, and you would take it, who would that be?
I couldn't tell you.
Hawkeyes, baby. I'll answer for you. Hawkeyes.
We do
Let's
have,
go.
We do have some.
We'll help recruit you. Let's go.
I do like Hawkeye wrestling for sure. Are you keeping track of
Yeah, they're
NCAAs?
Yeah, I think they're in like 4th right now.
Yeah, they had some tough losses today and definitely yesterday.
I was watching it earlier and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
See Ironman.
Ironman
yeah,
won't place.
tough.
That's tough for sure.
Yeah, you would have, though.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
See?
There's that confidence. Oh,
Stud.
yeah.
Yeah. So, do you watch any other sports besides wrestling?
I watch basketball, football. I pretty much watch everything. Just whatever's on. But I mainly watch wrestling and like UFC and things like that, boxing.
Oh, okay. So let me transition to that. So once your collegiate career is done, do you have any aspirations of MMA or UFC type of situation?
I was thinking about that, but I just see too many like head injuries and things like that.
Yeah.
For sure. No, I get
I
it.
don't-
It seems like wrestlers, when they transition, they just do so well anymore. You know what I mean? Because nobody has a ground game, and the wrestlers can just – you guys have the
Yeah.
cardio, you know? You can just go forever.
That's what she said.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, you said you watch a little basketball. Did you fill out a bracket this year?
No, I didn't. I haven't. I just been like going through the games and things like that.
Well, I
I've
wish
really been, like,
I wish I was in that boat, man. My bracket's
I know
destroyed. So
kind of watching the NCAAs for wrestling right now. That's what I'm kind of zoned in on.
okay,
There you go.
got it. I think that's pretty much all I had for questions. Rio, you got anything else?
Yeah, so in all your years of wrestling here at NIACC, what's the hardest match you've ever been in, or the opponent you have faced? Could you pick a guy out there that just gave you trouble all these years, or just one match that really stands out to you that was just tough? You had to dig deep and find something to beat that other guy.
I actually have there's two, but I can't really explain. I have two, but I can't pick one.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Let us know. What are those?
The first one would have to be in the quarterfinals at nationals this year.
Okay, who was that against?
Mirzo. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right. He's from Russia.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he's tough. I wrestled him 4 times this year, and it was just every time he was just pushing the pace and you know, like facing someone 4 times. It's just like
Right. You start together
kids.
a sense of what the other guy does well, and they start to shut you down, and you to them as well. So, yeah, that's definitely tough. And who's the other one?
Brennan Swafford.
Oh, yeah, I definitely know him. Okay. Yeah, he's
Yeah, he was tough.
where did you face him? He was at Life, correct? And then
No,
he went to Iowa.
Graceland.
Or
Iowa.
Graceland. Yeah,
Okay.
Graceland. That's right. Graceland, and then went to Iowa. That's right. Yeah, he's definitely tough.
Yeah, he was a tough one. I'd probably say those are the 2 toughest matches.
What did you go to NIACC? What were you studying?
Just business.
Just business, okay. So you're gonna jump on to 3 gig here after a little while then.
What do you want to do? After your wrestling career is over. We talked about MMA potentially, but you're going to school for business. You plan on using that for anything big?
I kind of want to be a firefighter, like a coach.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds a little like off, but yeah, I want to be a firefighter. My whole family's done it.
Okay.
Just coach.
There we
Coach
go.
at a collegiate level. I would actually enjoy that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that'd be awesome.
so you've returned home now then?
Oh no, I'm still in Iowa finishing my schooling.
Okay, and then you are planning to go back home at least for a little bit, if not just being there.
For the summer?
Yeah.
Most likely, yeah.
Oh, there we go. So that must have made it a hell of a lot. Because I was just imagining that, like, anytime, especially when someone has to go out of state, that first year and everything like that, and being away from their family, friends, the transition is tough enough, but it definitely had to have been a hell of a lot easier having your brother there to kind of show you the ropes too, and all that too, correct?
Yeah, it was a lot easier. Thank God he was, though. I give it to him.
Did you just stay with him then?
Oh no, I lived in dorms, and
Okay.
he had like a house apartment. So
Okay.
Yeah. Didn't your brother go there, and then did he go to UNI
yeah,
after that? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I do remember kind of keeping track of him and watching him wrestle. That was pretty cool for sure. Do you have a favorite takedown? What's your go-to takedown?
I'm a simple kind of person. I'm gonna say blast double.
Blast double, nice. Power, all that kind of stuff. Very nice.
Boot scoot.
Boot scoot. Yeah, that's a pretty good one as well. High level, tough to pull off on some guys. Who's your favorite wrestler? Outside of you or your brother. Like Jordan Burroughs, or who do you look up to?
My favorite wrestler, I'd probably say like Jordan Oliver. I feel like we kind of have a kind of matching style, but Jordan Burroughs is probably top one.
Yeah, for sure. And that's interesting. That was going to be my next question. You say you like to think that you wrestle like Jordan Oliver?
Yeah. Like he has my favorite style. I kind of like watching him since I was young.
Sure. Yeah, he's definitely a stud. Took a loss the other night on that. I believe it was a Rudis card or whatnot. But yeah, he's definitely a high-level guy, and never got to make it over to NIACC recently and watch any wrestling, unfortunately. But man, it would have been awesome to see you do some wrestling up there. I think that kind of wraps it up for us here.
Whoa.
I think. You got some?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. So did you think of that crazy story you got for me, right?
Crazy Florida man story.
Yeah, there's got to be something you can give me.
There's no stories. I'm sorry.
Nothing? Nothing from college either?
I can't think of one on the top of my head. Like,
This man doesn't want to get in trouble either,
sorry.
Jimmer.
Yeah,
He didn't want to rat himself out.
He didn't want to get in trouble. I got
I'm
you.
not trying to get no one in trouble.
I got
For
you.
sure.
we get that for sure. Hey, I want to say thanks for coming on and doing this little interview for us. We'll be getting it out to all the people on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that kind of stuff. It'll be available on YouTube possibly as early as tomorrow. And we want to thank you definitely for coming on and speaking a little bit.
Yeah, we appreciate your time, bro.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Christian. And congrats on everything you've done so far. Good luck in the future, my man.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You as well.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Boom.
Dude.
Smart cat.
One loss?
Yeah, one loss in 3 years of wrestling. Stud.
In the championship, too, that one loss.
Yeah, that's tough, thinking you could be a
at least
three-time.
Well, at least that's your one loss. Like, hey, I lost to the champ.
To the champ, Yeah.
Yep.
Like, if you got to eat one, that'd be the one, so.
For sure. Well,
yeah.
And you think about it, if he had won that one, I mean, he won 3 high school state titles, so that would have been 3 state titles and 3 in a row.
6 straight?
That would have been 6 straight.
Yeah.
It's insane. Still insane the amount that he won, and, you don't see that kind of production, and I don't know if y'all keep track. I'm sure you don't, but Florida wrestling has really grown these past handful of years, definitely. You're starting to see more kids come out of there up on the nationally ranked level and stuff like that, so pretty cool to see him. A success story for sure here in North Iowa.
It's awesome that he came up this way.
Yeah, the next team who gets him is definitely going to have a stud on their hands.
Yeah.
Agreed. So before I get into the news, we have to go ahead and put something on blast here. And that is our man over here, Danny G, doesn't like pickles.
You don't like pickles?
First of all, if we put up a survey right now, it's going to be 50-50.
No, it's not going to be 50-50.
We can
do
do
that. Survey all you want, but it ain't going to be 50-50.
Pickles isn't that weird, bro.
That is that weird. If we add your list of stuff up, it's starting to look really communist.
It's all stuff that's gross to a lot of people.
No,
broccoli
it's not.
is disgusting to a lot of people.
Okay. Or we went over your list before. Start adding all this up. You're like, Jesus, you eat anything.
Yeah.
Except for cack. I don't even know your favorite meal. If it was dipped in pickle juice, you might not even be down for that.
Yeah, that actually reminds me.
What about a pickle dipped in peanut butter? Would you eat it?
No.
No, he'd be so pissed at the peanut butter abuse right there.
Oh, yeah.
That is not how we treat peanut butter.
No, I've had, say you grab a burger at McDonald's or something, right? And you're like, no pickles and shit. I could tell when they put it on and then realized they weren't supposed to put it on and took it off. It's gross, dude. I'm not a fan.
Stop it.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I can't.
I'm not in.
That is. I asked him. I'm like, and of course he would say no pickles. It's just weird. So I told him to try some of these Wahlburger pickles the other night. Have you ever had those before? Dude, they're awesome. You like pickles, though, correct?
I do like pickles.
Okay,
yes.
yeah, it's because it's not weird, and he's trying to think 50-50. This is not.
I don't go and search out other pickles. I basically eat kosher dill pickles for the most part.
No, absolutely. And actually, most of the time, it isn't like I go out and search for them. Like even when I'm making a homemade burger, if they're there, I'm putting them on, though, type of thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
If they're on the counter, they're going on. No, my wife got these one time, and they are amazing though. They're not jarred and pressured and all that stuff. They're just in a plastic snap top. Damn good though. Oh my god! So I asked him if you wanted one. He's like, "No, hell no, like pickles." I'm like,
nope.
Jesus. I'm like, yeah, I forgot. Technically, it was a vegetable at one point, so he'd be anti that.
I do vegetables.
Yep. But we're going to go ahead and kick off into the crazy news. We'll start off with a little simpler stuff, and that is the opening round of March Madness became upset heaven, with number 5 UConn losing to number 12 New Mexico State. Number 2 Kentucky stumbles to number 15 St. Peter's. By the way, St. Peter's had the 390th ranked offense.
Oh, wow.
They're a good defensive team, but during the regular season, they're like the 300 plus. I'm not going to give you, I can't remember the exact number. It's over 300, though, ranked offense. Colorado slips up to Michigan. Number 6 Colorado, I should say. And then number 5, Iowa stalls out to number 12, Michigan. And then there was technically another one by ranking. There was one just earlier today. What was that? Kind of dozed for a minute when it was on.
See, I see Texas one, but I didn't watch any other. Oh, I seen Villanova one too.
Yeah, there was one other one.
That's all basketball.
Miami beat USC.
There you go.
Yeah.
There
Notre
you go.
Dame beat Bama. Oh, that I didn't know. So Bama's out. Holy shit.
Bama was ahead when I seen that.
Notre Dame
earlier.
beat them by 14 too.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just take care of business. So, out of all those, a couple things I wanted to touch on. I didn't watch the Iowa game. I was sleeping off a third shift. Wasn't too happy when I woke up and I heard it, but I wasn't shocked. That's kind of like what I was expecting all season at some point. And then they kind of let you down anyway first, second round on a regular basis. So I wasn't too shocked. And but the one to me was the Kentucky. Obviously the bigger spread. The Kentucky was supposed to, what was it, like 17.5 point. They were laying. It was Calipari's post game. And if you know nothing about Kentucky and Calipari, is that this is basically almost like a tradition to him. Letting everybody down much higher than what they, you know what I'm saying? They're expected to go much further than they normally are. They traditionally have 4 or 5-star recruits, NBA bound guys, and just he has one, I think. He has one championship. But first round exit is not a good one. What came out of his mouth was he's trying to get the boys calmed down. The whole game, they're not used to this type of thing, this type of atmosphere yet, and he's like, 3 minutes left in the game, we're up by 8. We had 1. No, the game's just getting started, bro. That's the reason why you are like your teams keep faltering. 8, we're up by 8 with 3 minutes to go, and we had it 1. That's literally how he said it too. I was like, no. Then maybe you quit about that time. Like, that's where you start shutting her down. Because he's like, he kept saying that he was trying to focus on them at timeout, trying to get them calmed down, this, that, and the other. And because the other thing that came into play was now you're pushing it off on your players.
Yeah.
You can't even eat that. A coach chokes that away too, by the way. It isn't just players at that point.
Not a good look, especially on the recruiting side as well. You don't want to coach after a tough loss, pointing the finger.
Right.
That's
how I instantly took it.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is the way he recruits, he really promotes that one and done thing, right? I'm going to get you ready for the NBA, which is great. You're going to bring in some talent, but now all those guys are going to be gone. You're not going to be able to adjust next year because you're going to have new guys. They're going to run into the same thing. Mm-hmm. So what do you do? Like, you're just going to run into that every year.
What you do is you just blame it on the freshmen every time.
And then
they're
they're
gone.
always going to be freshmen.
Yeah, they're always going to be freshmen.
Yep.
I do believe that was Dickie V's bracket right there, though. Kentucky and Iowa in the national championship.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I just looked today. So on ESPN, people that did the brackets there was 17 million, right? There's 17 left that could end up perfect.
Wow.
How insane is that?
Yeah,
That is insane,
dude,
for sure.
Picking these brackets like that, especially these upsets, are so difficult to do. You don't see some of this stuff happening. So
Yeah.
I'm sure we're in store for a few more too. Does Duke play? Duke plays
Duke's
tonight.
in a tight game right now.
Yeah.
Illinois they're losing to Chattanooga at halftime. There's going to be more, man. Yeah.
Just won't stop.
Mighty Big
And
Ten.
not to mention the Mighty Big Ten. It still is. But Gonzaga, I don't know if you guys realize this, with like 8 minutes left in the second half, they were down by 13. Before they like stormed back and then beat
What?
them. Yeah.
Oh,
And
because
then
I
beat 'em by
watched the end
21.
of that game and they were thumping them. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
Well, there was, I think it was 8-9 minute mark left in the. They were down at one point by 13 points. Ended up winning by 21.
I was going to say,
eventually,
holy
yeah,
cow.
Yeah, they were coasting.
yeah.
Wow.
The Akane County, Georgia Sheriff's Office announced Wednesday that former Georgia football player Akil Crumpton was arrested in connection to murder of 23-year-old gas station clerk Elijah Wood last year. Wood was shot and killed at approximately 1:30 a.m. on March 19th by the armed assailant who was dressed in all black with most of his head concealed by sunglasses, a hood, and face mask, investigators said. According to the sheriff's office, shell casings at the crime scene were eventually matched to another crime scene in Philadelphia where the local police suspected Crumpton was the shooter. Crumpton, who is from Philadelphia, went to junior college in California and played receiver for Georgia from 2017 to 2018. Got a lot of this going on, right? A lot of college kids killing people.
That's insane.
Wasn't another player was a Georgia player? Didn't he? Was it a defensive player for Georgia earlier in the season last year? Similar deal. Did he kill somebody or almost or something?
Oh, wasn't that rape? Sexual
Maybe
assault?
it was a rape deal. Maybe there was something fucked up, and he didn't play anymore.
Yeah.
So,
The linebacker.
Yep. Yeah, I just thought another week or two, and then just another college kid killing somebody.
Yeah, shame.
So, or allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Philadelphia charges haven't been brought up yet, so they're still investigating that one. NFL prospect David Ajabo was injured at Michigan's Pro Day workout, wincing in pain after he went down to the turf. The defensive end was injured in a pass rushing drill, went down clutching his left leg, and had to be helped off the field.
Yeah, I saw that. That is tough. At a pro day, you're potentially a first-round pick. Yeah, gosh, that's probably the worst way to go out.
Didn't you have the Vikings snagging him? I can't remember how late
No.
you had him.
Cowboys.
Cowboys. That's what it was, yep.
I didn't see him falling anywhere. Because where were you guys picking again?
25, 24, something like that.
Oh, that was my first round. My second one, they went up. I think I had maybe Philly in one of their first ones. But and we'll get to the big one. The big one. Da-da-da-da-da-dum. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that ready. And
The big one.
Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson
Here you go.
has decided that he wants to play for the Cleveland Browns. What shocked me the most, I have more to this, but what shocked me the most about this, it was literally way earlier in the day or yesterday, reports were saying that the Browns were out. It was down to
Falcons.
It was Panthers and Browns were out, and it was down to the Falcons and Saints.
I'll put that back. Here we go, baby.
Yeah. Whiskey wager. Don't ever doubt Jimmer again. Appreciate you. He made a smart decision.
That's
is what
horrible.
it comes down to. It's so bad. Go ahead and chase it with that ginger beer or that ginger Mountain Dew.
I know.
Yuck.
The Texans trade compensation for Watson includes 3 first-round picks, a third-round pick, and a fifth-round pick. The Browns are set to give Watson a 5-year, $230 million contract. He would receive $184 over the first 4 years of the new contract, which is a $48 million raise over what he was scheduled to make under his current contract. The full $230 million guarantee, sources said, is setting a record for the highest guarantee given to an NFL player.
Yeah. That's insane. Hey, that's where you said, and we said, hey, if he wants to win, that's where he should go. So, it wasn't a big surprise. Obviously, the reports come out saying the Browns are out and whatnot. I think on the flip side of this, the Baker Mayfield part of this is what's coming into play. He asked for a trade, and they said they declined it. They declined to look for a trade. Now, my thoughts, and I told you off air, was they suspect Deshaun Watson's going to be suspended a significant amount of games, 8 games, maybe 10 games, whatever it is. So maybe they're trying to hold on to him and have him play. Now, you brought up something. Maybe Baker says, I don't want to do that. I'm going to sit, whatnot. Yeah. He did say he wants to go to the Colts. Now, that's another AFC team who was close to playoffs, so I don't know if they want to do that, but they had rejected that trade request before this went down. So
Right, but I think they were thinking they were out too.
Yeah.
I mean, they were. I think they were thinking they were out too. So then,
Yeah.
of course, they're like, "Hold on, we can't just trade you yet." So we're trying to figure out anybody who's to bring in that's better than you, and the list is quite big actually that we can pick and choose from. But give us a second to get that guy. There's no way that Baker Mayfield will suit up for them even for a snap. It will be a workman's comp issue. It will be I'm still recovering from shoulder injury. There's no way he does. He said this before the Deshaun Watson news came out that this is unfixable. There's no way I'm going to, in so many words, he's like, there's no way I'd be placing a jersey back on. He's like, this relationship is fractured. It can't come back.
yeah,
So there's no way that one was going to happen. They're going to have to figure out something now, whether they cut, trade, whatever. Indy, like you said, but I think Indy would, at that point, they'd wait for like a Jimmy G. See if Jimmy G, I mean, wouldn't you take Jimmy G over him, I guess?
Yeah.
I don't know
I'm
where you're
curious
at.
why the Texans didn't just say, "Hey, throw Baker back at us."
Why not?
Yeah, why not push? You have David Mills who say your starter, but either way, you have Baker in there in the mix. He's from Texas. He's kind of back home, so
I don't know if they're just trying to shed all money. I mean, it's not a huge amount of money for Baker, but it's still a first round number 1 overall pick, 5th-year option. Still, maybe they want nothing. They'll stick with their 3rd-round quarterback that is getting paid like, what is that? Probably $1 million.
right.
There's a lot. There's a lot with this whole deal, right? So Baker is also running out of options as far as places that he could actually go and start. I think Seattle is probably the only one where he could go in and start. Indy would be stupid as hell. It's probably the only thing they can do, but it's terrible if you get rid of Carson Wentz and you bring in Baker fucking Mayfield,
Yes.
right? That's a bad look.
1000%.
Your fans are going to be pissed.
Yeah.
How about this?
What about
Steelers?
As
Your
a
only
backup?
your only competition is Mitch. You
They've
got to beat him
They've
out.
got 3, though.
Yeah.
Do they though? There's no
They-
nobody has the job,
Yeah.
right? Nobody has a job.
Pittsburgh's interesting, though, real quick, just because you mentioned that. Did you see their Super Bowl odds went down when they picked up Trubisky?
Right.
Yeah, it was 5,500 and went down to 7,000.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least they're
But-
paying attention to facts.
That's what I'm saying though. Like sure they signed Mitch, but it's relatively open.
Yeah.
And to stay in the division, to potentially try to beat them.
He should go to Detroit. There's plenty of teams if he wants to start. Detroit, Panthers are still looking for one, obviously.
I would still take the Panthers boy over Baker, though.
I'd take Goff over Baker.
That's tougher for me. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
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 Money wise.
Oh no, I would take Goff over him.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
stumbling on that in any way. But definitely the Panthers.
Seattle's
Speaking of which,
the most obvious spot.
Right. Yeah.
But what
oh,
I
yeah.
worry about,
Definitely.
because they are not intelligent, I think they're going to end up bringing on Cap.
I don't think they want Baker. I don't see Seattle as a landing spot in any way, shape, or form in this one.
No, as far as like where he could go and start is that's where I'm basing.
Right,
myself
but
off, right?
I mean, I know, but there's still plenty of teams that he could. I mean, do you want to go down to the bottom? He could still go to the Texans. He's still. I mean, there's still some teams he could still go to. You're just literally going to be at the bottom. I give like a 1% chance he goes to Seattle because I don't think they would even. I don't think he's good. I don't think he's good enough to actually get them a bunch of wins. But if they're gonna go with anyone, then they just would have kept with Russell. So they're gonna go with nothing at all.
Looks like the Cowboys just signed a deal with James Washington and Dante Fowler.
There you go.
Also, I just saw somewhere today that they have like the 7th or 8th most cap space.
Yeah.
So when you said the other day that they don't have money to spend,
They just restructured all that.
yeah,
They
within
had
the last
plenty.
few days though.
Yeah.
Plenty-
They had plenty.
Plenty is a strong word.
Right, but to keep like if you look at Lael, I didn't realize how many games he's
Well,
missed.
yeah, but that's the Lael one. So they just made cap off that too.
Yep.
They released him, which is in my news too. But
Yeah.
so their cap space has been literally built off of either cuts or unsigns, or they didn't have the money before the offseason.
What is interesting? They threw out the numbers, percentage of snaps, sacks, and whatnot for Dorrance Armstrong, who he just re-signed, and Randy Gregory. Dorrance Armstrong had just a few % less snaps than Randy Gregory, but one more sack than him, and was graded higher than he was.
That's a really bad. Stop it. That's a really bad assessment. Randy Gregory is picking up double and triple teams, and that dude is the beneficiary of somebody else eating the attention.
No. Durance Armstrong would come in and replace him. DeMarcus Lawrence was on.
That's
the
what
other
I'm
side.
saying. Randy Gregory was with his one less sack. The reason why he probably had one less sack was literally because he was drawing attention. Durance Armstrong, whatever his name is, would not be drawing that attention. So that's the reason. That's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm defending your own guy, and like I watched him. Like we unfortunately get force fed Cowboys games, so watch plenty of Randy Gregory
Better
in
than watching
his
Vikings.
cocaine.
Suck.
No, people be way better off.
I did watch the Cowboys beat an awesome team in purple last year, though. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, I want to go back to this whole Watson, the whole ripple effect of everything, right?
Yep.
So another piece of it is two teams. It's Indy and Atlanta, right? Because Atlanta then would be willing to essentially give Matt Ryan over to Indy. They'd be in a good spot. Both teams are set up with quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
Now that's not going to happen.
Nope.
Indy doesn't have anything. I don't know what they have as far as picks go to trade over for Matt Ryan, but there's not going to be a good situation there.
Kirk Cousins still out there.
Well, so what a buddy of mine from down in Des Moines was actually texting, because it's like, now that Matt Ryan knows he was going to be part of this and there was going to be another quarterback, he probably wants to go anyway, more than he would have.
Yeah.
There's one more quarterback that a team is looking to trade for. What if he ended up in San Francisco?
No, they'll either be committed to Trey Lance or keep Jimmy G.
It sounds like they're not sold on Trey Lance yet. That's part of the reason Jimmy G's not gone.
Well, yes. Yes. So it is a split. It's split in that office. It's split in that organization.
Right.
They're sold up in the offices that he was. That's the reason why they wanted him. This isn't the guy that Coach Shanahan wanted, and he may not be sold on it yet. But as far as like the people that actually make the decision, like Shanahan will let you go, and we'll go with what we think is our future.
That is interesting.
But yes, but
you bring
you're
that
not.
up, though.
I'm not saying. Maybe. I don't know what you try. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what you'd have to shell out for it.
Interesting you bring that up. They did say Matt Ryan isn't going to sign his roster bonus of $7 million till Tuesday to give Falcons room to do whatever they want to do. So maybe he is
well, no. Supposedly that news was when Deshaun Watson was still in the shot to go there.
Right.
So it's almost like he was okay with moving on, where he thought he'd be like a Colts or something like that.
Right, but maybe now he feels disrespected.
I doubt it. He's a pretty mature guy. He isn't Baker Mayfield. He knows the
mature guy or not. If you have the choice
yeah.
of playing for Atlanta or Indy or I know San Francisco's a long shot. I just thought that was interesting. Either one of those teams. Don't you kind of start saying,
no?
Hey,
I'm not. Absolutely, I'm not disagreeing with you guys.
You
what I'm
literally
saying,
just were.
No, I wasn't. No, I'm not. I quite literally was not. I had minimal sleep, Chris. Let's not do this today. I literally did not disagree with you. What I am telling you is that he's too mature. He isn't holding a grudge against them doing what they were just doing. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he doesn't want to go somewhere else or that he wouldn't enjoy going somewhere else. Nothing like that. What I'm saying is that he's not holding a grudge if they do keep him. He's a grown-ass person.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, well, yeah, that $43 million would. Yeah, of course, I would be like.
Well, it's not $43 million. That's the caps. That's the
cap
hit.
Oh, whatever. He's going to
Either
make
way,
$35 million. Yeah.
No,
but he
get
get 35 in the going market.
Like if push came to shove, he would play, right? But they opened the window now to say you could potentially be gone. I think he helps push it open a little bit more and say, listen,
maybe
you guys aren't in a good spot.
Yeah,
I love being here. Put me in a better position, you know.
Yep.
Maybe.
Obviously, already.
Arthur Blank's way too competitive. He's not going to let him walk unless he got something at the same level or higher for a quarterback. So that's I'm giving you my opinion on it. I'm giving you what I believe is going to not happen. It's not going to happen unless they get a quarterback that is the same value as him back that can compete this year. Otherwise, they wouldn't have made some of the trades that they did make already or the signings.
Yeah, I don't know, but
They'd have to
curious.
if it was the Niners, then there'd be a Trey Lance attached to it. That's what I'm saying. It would
Maybe.
have to be something like that. It wouldn't even be draft picks, I don't think. Have to be a quarterback. I don't know where the Panthers are going to go. Dude's desperate for a job. Desperation to save his job.
all right, and the Sam Darnold thing was a bust.
Yep.
It's too bad, too. I like
if you
it.
want to talk about feelings, you don't think that's going to hurt. Is Darnold still there?
Yeah.
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 Because he had a big contract, or decent contract.
Decent
I guess, at the
contract.
time.
Decent.
Yeah.
Size
Decent contract,
yeah.
but those are the quarterbacks I worry about when it comes to their feelings. Like not a MVP caliber player. And then there's reports that Jameis Winston is going to re-sign with Saints.
Yeah.
You saw what they did, right? They literally flipped $80 million. Like they were 50 over,
Yeah.
and now they're under 30. Like with all the kicking the can down the road and shit.
Yeah.
They were going. They were trying to get Deshaun so bad, man, and it didn't work. So I guess they got to get Jameis back, right?
Have to. Yeah, and then they're going to be in trouble down the road for sure.
big time.
For years to come, I think they're going to be in.
They got to get someone to eat those. We'll see if he comes back this year. His name's escaping me.
Oh, Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hurting too. So
Yeah.
there's one hell of a ripple effect, and there's people that are left out holding their donger, and that's what it comes down to. There's, like we said, Jameis is going to return to the Saints, so they're not quite stuck in flapping in the wind, and the Saints aren't and the Falcons aren't flapping in the wind, but there's two teams that definitely are flapping in the wind, and that is Indy,
Big time, right?
because they were needing a lot of help for pieces to fall. I honestly don't know where they go. Any move they make is going to be, unless they trade. I'm not even joking. We keep beating it, but unless they trade for like a Kirk Cousins, you're going to get laughed at because you trade. Carson Wentz might not have been the sexiest thing, but anything you get at that same level or less is why didn't you just go with Carson then? And it would have been another year in the offense. Now you're bringing in a player that needs to learn the offense too. So they definitely dropped the ball, I believe. They should have been aggressive in whatever they were doing. They should have had a plan by letting Carson go.
Yeah.
They have the pieces, right? They have a decent
Yeah.
defense. They have a good enough offense. They have one hell of a running back. And then you add another piece in the draft, an offensive weapon or something like that to help that too. So, but then the unspoken one, like we just said, was the Panthers. Dude's desperate.
Yeah.
There's not enough quarterbacks go around. So Jimmy G is still out there. That is still an option. Baker Mayfield is still out there. Those two quarterbacks will be probably getting it. Waiting for Jimmy G is, I believe, is pressing that, taking that price tag up.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Right, for the Niners.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
He's not going to draw maybe a first round pick, maybe one.
Because, Colts
ain't
are
getting-
heavily looking at him. They're monitoring Baker Mayfield. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where else.
Panthers.
Marcus Mariota hasn't signed anywhere yet. Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I get you. I'm with
Yeah.
you. I just mean when you have minimal options out there and a couple of these teams were flapping, they're gonna try to go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So his former team, Marcus Mariota, big news for their organization.
Big time.
Just days after Rodgers signed his blockbuster contract extension to return, Devontae Adams left town in a trade to the Raiders. The Raiders sent the Packers their first-round pick, which is number 22, and second-round pick, which is number 53 in this year's draft. Adams is signing a 5-year contract averaging $28.5 million per season with Las Vegas, with $67.5 fully guaranteed. Rodgers apparently was aware of the developments with Adams, who preferred to play elsewhere rather than return to Green Bay for a contract that was similar to his deal with the Raiders. I heard an interesting thing about this. That it seems way too fishy. It's almost like Green Bay is trying to make it look like they're the good guys in this.
Yep.
Yeah, so I was...
Right?
So we're all calling bullshit on that,
Yeah.
right?
Bullshit.
Yeah.
That's
There
the
was
first.
something not right.
As
Okay.
soon as I saw that, I said, that's the save face for whichever side you're looking at. For Packers either being dumb or fuck, whatever, which way you flip it.
Yeah.
they're just saying, oh, shit, like.
We can't pay both.
Right, and so now Packers are looking dumb, and Rodgers are looking really dumb because he could have gone to the Broncos, had all those weapons. You could have signed for less and had Devontae in Green Bay. Now you have nobody.
You lost your number one receiver, your go-to guy. To go with an organization that hasn't drafted a wide receiver in the first round, gentlemen, since Javon Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's fine. This draft is deep for wide receivers, but they're not Devontae deep, okay?
Well, definitely not year one Devontae deep. No.
First of all, congrats to him for getting his bag, right? Yeah. Highest contract to a non-quarterback in NFL history. I don't know if you know that. That's fucking insane to me. But it's almost to me like the Packers were literally saying by doing this, you got paid, we can't pay both of you, so he's got to go. So you're the bad guy, not us, right?
Right.
Like we can't pay both
and
of you.
Actually just don't – well, they don't want to upset – to me, it's almost like they don't want to upset or point the finger at Aaron Rodgers' contract either. They're blaming it on Devontae Adams. We offered him the same contract. He took the same deal. Same deal. Well, if that was the case, do you think they would have offered you a first-rounder for him then?
Exactly.
Like, brother, come on.
Yep.
Yeah.
I smell bullshit.
Not even
somewhere.
a good first-rounder either.
Right.
Yeah.
22, not even.
And they're going to end up messing this up anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Even with the deep-ass wide receiver draft.
Yeah.
The only way you rebound for something like this or try to this particular season is maybe your first 2 first-round picks are going to a wide receiver, especially in a wide receiver deep draft. One of them's got to catch, right?
Yeah. So as Minnesota fans, you got to be loving this. I think this move opens the division up.
Yeah.
I do. I 100%. I think so.
I just don't want to say it out loud. I hope so.
Y'all say I'm a Viking.
I hope
so. y'all think I'm a Viking hater or whatever, but I don't mind the Vikings. I think this, though, opens up the whole division.
I think Green Bay really screwed the pooch on this one.
Yes, 100%.
Right? I mean, if you were going to do this and you wanted to pay him the $50 million a year, whatever the hell that thing ended up being, it was basically $50 million a year.
Yeah.
It's basically only for 3 seasons because it's $150 million guaranteed. But still, that's a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Right out of the gate. If you're doing that already, you might as well have been ready to sign on the best receiver. That's hard for me to say.
We've got a close number 2, though.
We do. Hey, he'll catch up. I'm talking about this point in his career.
Yep.
He's
the best receiver in the NFL, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
He's a damn genius. First off, he got paid. And he got paid, like you said. He got paid.
Yep.
But then he goes to possible contender. They're not a bad team. They've been adding pieces.
They've got
number
weapons,
three.
bro. Yeah.
Number 3, he goes to the quarterback who he has the second most continuity with, where they broke records at Fresno State together.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
And Derek Carr.
He will chuck it up.
Yeah.
He's not scared.
On your weapons thing, I don't like Braylon Edwards.
No. I don't mean offense only.
Right. I was just talking on Danny's thing. I think they're a much better spot now with Darren Waller and him. I think they need something else.
Hey, a little more respect. Hunter
Renfro. Yeah.
For a slot.
Just think of it.
I'm not saying he's going to break the top off.
Right,
I'm saying that underneath shit.
He didn't have that in Green Bay.
Yep.
He didn't have either one of those 2 guys in Green Bay. Now he's got 2. That's where I think.
I don't think Jarvis Landry is officially signed with anyone yet either.
Yeah,
that'd be an awesome piece to add. I don't know what they have for cap space now.
That would be. God, that division. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's what I'm saying. I think the Buffalo Bills will just walk in.
Yeah.
As the number 1 seed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have to fight like
the
that.
AFC West is going to beat each other up. You're 100% correct.
Especially
after
the
Raiders.
What the Patriots will be the little hiccup for the Bills. That's about it. But over there, you have these 4 teams slugging it out. And we were talking about this at work. It'll literally be like, all right, let's see who stays healthy all season. That's all that division will come down to.
No shit.
100%, dude.
God, I would hate to be in that division.
Yeah,
but
and
excited all at the same time.
The Chiefs will be dangerous, but I think with all the additions, Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs at 3.
You're still hanging on to the Raiders at the bottom.
I think they're going to be competitive, but I just don't know defensive-wise on the backs in the secondary if you can stop all the weapons all across the board in that division.
Okay.
I do like their offensive pieces, but at some point you're going to have to bank on that stop. And sure, they've got – but Chandler Jones can't stay healthy, right? He's always missing games. So, we can try to say don't ride on injuries, but you're probably banking on him getting banged up, or at least not at 100%. Their secondary is not that great. I don't know if you've looked at it. Not that great.
I think they added a piece, but regardless, I know what you're saying,
Right.
and I don't disagree with you either.
Yeah, that division's going to be really similar to this past year, though, right? Everybody's going to be so close.
I think the Chiefs fall a little bit,
Yeah.
and I think this next year will be the year we see the Chargers start to take the leap. The Broncos, with all the pieces and everything, they're going to be up there, and I think the Chiefs are going to kind of start falling down. And it'll be interesting what the Raiders do. Like I said, I think they're lacking a little bit in that secondary. I could see the Chiefs and them flip-flopping for a, third and fourth spot. I think it's going to be a tight division race.
Yeah, has to be tough.
They've all done so much, and that whole division has a good quarterback, at least a very good quarterback.
You know what?
Yes.
The second closest division is probably going to be the AFC South if Indy gets a quarterback. Because it's going to be Jacksonville that they're going to be battling with.
No. I don't think so yet. I do think they'll be better.
Yeah, now I can definitely tell
they're
you
be
fucking
better.
had like no sleep.
Right.
You're fucking hallucinating.
Hallucinating. NFL quick hitters. Still a bunch of free agency stuff going on, obviously. We touched on one. Cowboys have decided to release right tackle. Excuse me. Lael Collins and designated it a post-June 1st move. The move will save the Cowboys $10 million, but will count $8.7 million against the 2023 salary cap. Let me give you a little breaking news. He is in Cincinnati already.
Duh.
Like he's already visiting. So
He visited last night.
Yep.
I don't know. I didn't see the update if they left with an offer or not, but there was 3 teams they put out.
You don't let that dude walk out at Cincy.
Cincinnati, absolutely not. No.
You do everything you got. They had the cap space. Everything you need.
Yeah, whoever signs him is definitely getting an awesome player if he can stay on the field. I didn't realize how many games he had actually missed. I would love to have him back, but they were showing how many games he's actually missed between he had a toe thing, a hip thing, then his suspension. He's missed a lot of time ever since.
Yeah.
I think his one really awesome year, 2019, when he played almost every game. He still missed like 2 or 3 games, I think, that year. But, yeah, whoever gets him, Cincinnati, you're absolutely correct. That guy shouldn't leave.
No.
Without whatever you want to pay him.
Go ahead and buy his house.
Yeah,
get that
right
taken
there.
care of.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, we're not taking the airport. We're gonna go. We're gonna watch internet. We're gonna go on the internet here. And we're gonna go to Zillow.
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
Realtor.com.
You just
We'll go ahead
pick
and
out
get you a
whatever
place.
house. Yep.
Yeah. This isn't part of your
For sure.
contract. This is just
For sure.
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, I'd be cautious on like the contract, how much you give them. You do give them something big
Maybe-
to sign, but
Maybe you do a big boy with big, like as in with
Incentives.
big boy incentives.
right,
Yeah.
like if you
Like
stay
you
on the
could-
field.
yeah.
Because like I said, he's missed I didn't even realize it, a lot of games. That
Yeah.
whole season, basically the whole season with the hip injury, the toe thing. I missed a heck of a lot of time, like half the season. But yeah, incentivize and get him. Yeah, since he definitely needs it.
I'm starting to believe that the salary cap is kind of like the female orgasm. It's a myth.
It's imaginary.
Yeah, we talked about the Cowboys, right?
Goddamn Rubik's Cube down there.
Right. Goddamn Rubik's Cube.
Right, that's covered in all black spots. You can't see what the colors are.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna touch on another one that just happened.
Okay.
And that is, well, first off, well, those are rookies. At least that one makes sense. The Rams and wide receiver Allen Robinson have agreed to a 3-year, $45 million deal that includes $30 million guaranteed.
Yeah. I saw
They
that and I
still
said,
have
what?
cap space
How the fuck?
How?
to sign OBJ. They're shopping Robert Woods. So.
I did see that was it the Lions reached out?
Pair him up with Jared Goff again.
Yep.
Remind me, what have they done with Aaron Donald yet? They still have to work on that, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember
I don't think
that-
that's official. Yeah, I don't think a contract came across, has it?
I don't remember seeing
I
that.
don't remember saying that. They lost Von Miller.
Yeah. Because that's going to be a big hit,
Oh,
too.
boy's still under contract right now.
For another year, I want to say.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's just amazing because they were already tight against cap anyway. They
Yeah.
didn't know if they were going to be able to keep all these guys. And then all of a sudden you're adding another piece on top of trying to keep all of them. It's like,
Yeah. Somehow they have $2 million in cap space.
yeah, don't know how that's possible.
So they're about to bring on a guy that was
But
a quarterback for the Lions.
Robert Woods, if they can get rid of him, that's $15 million.
So that'll go towards the OBJ then.
Yeah.
Which
So if they
by
cut
the sounds
him-
of it, everything I've seen, they're heavily committed on keeping.
He would gain. They would gain pre-June 1st $12 million in cap if they did it right away.
Okay. It's going to be amazing what we see. So we saw the production out of OBJ when he went over there before he got hurt. Allen Robinson is just going to light shit up, man. You're going to look at the Bears stats versus when he goes over there and be like, what the fuck? This is the same guy?
I agree 1,000%.
Oh, my God.
If Matthew Stafford can stay healthy, if they can put an offensive line around him, because let's also not forget that Andrew Whitworth has also retired too.
Yeah.
Who is one of the better, even at the age of like 39, 40, whatever the hell he was at, was still one of the better left tackles in the league. Now you lose that. They already had problems up the gut. You got to protect him long enough to throw this ball. But if he does, we're talking. I'm gonna say something that sounds ridiculous, but 6,000 yards might not be out of the realm of possibility with the weapons this man has, assuming OBJ comes back good and normal. So, because they were building continuity every single game. If you watch the Rams game, every single game they were getting better and better with each other's timing and stuff. First few were not looking too good, but he'd still make sure. He's like, you know what, Baker, watch this. This is what you do. Even if you're throwing a pick, this is how you figure something out. Like to get on the same page with your one of your best wide receivers.
Yep.
Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson, OBJ, Van Jefferson for just good measure. I do believe they still have Tyler Higbee. Good God. And then the running back pool is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sony and Cam Akers.
And
and
Daryl.
Yeah,
too.
Henderson, yeah.
And Daryl Henderson. They may average 40 points a game.
Yeah, I think they're hoping people forget how good Allen Robinson was because he didn't do shit because the Bears are terrible.
Yep.
I didn't forget how good he is.
No, neither did I.
Yeah, we all been saying like how long he was being wasted there, and like you're not even game planning to throw this man the ball.
Right.
Like that's your own pure stupidity.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, veteran safety Logan Ryan is rejoining his former Patriots teammate Tom Brady in Tampa. Another one that evidently has endless goddamn cap all of a sudden. Less than 24 hours after being released by the Giants. Just add the rich getting richer. And that's what it's coming down to, dude. Because, their defense was good.
Yeah, Tampa re-signed a lot of guys, too, when Tom said he was going to come back. They're like, oh, shit, we got to keep this train going.
Right, that's great, but they're already tight against the cap even with them leaving.
So they do need to do something. They're 246,000 under or over the cap. So they're going to have to do something, it looks like.
That's not that bad.
So.
Oh, no, hold on. That's not that bad, but they have, like, no defensive linemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, cut the water boys. What else?
Well, basically what's going to happen is they're going to have to kick stuff down the road, obviously, and trade up. That's
evidently,
if New Orleans was able to do what they did, they could figure something out.
Yeah. I'm not saying they can't. I just mean the salary cap is a joke. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist. And Minnesota was doing it for the longest time, too. We're just not good enough to turn it into a Super Bowl and to playoff wins. Let's see. Them boys, they have agreed to a 1-year deal with linebacker Leighton Vander Esch.
Did see that. And then now with Dante Fowler coming in there, that's if he can, kind of repeat at least what he's been doing, that's okay. Vander Esch.
You don't want that.
I do like Vander Esch.
No, I'm not talking about Leighton.
Oh,
I'm talking about Dante Fowler. He hasn't done shit. That's the reason why he was a.
Right. I don't know.
You're hoping for a spark on the other side, yeah.
Pretty much. I mean,
it's death piece.
Apparently, they're still in talks with some of their pieces that haven't re-signed yet, but apparently they said it's peanuts. That's the quote that was used.
Peanuts, huh?
Peanuts. I do like Malik Hooker coming back. I think that was definitely a steal that we got. I mean, he had all those injuries, but talent-wise, he's got talent for sure.
Yep, you rolled the dice on a dude with an injury history and pays off because the dude was talented. The Panthers are giving wide receiver DJ Moore a 3-year, $61.884 million extension and new money. New money average per year is $20.628 million. There is a full guarantee of $41.61 million. He is tied to Carolina for 4 years, $73 million.
Stud. Just you got to have a quarterback that can hit him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't.
Incoming draft, Malik.
Yep.
Whatever.
Take the shot, I guess.
Yep.
That's kind of where you're at with this draft anyway, right?
Seems like it.
See, it seems like either Kenny Pickett is probably one of your quote-unquote safest bets.
Picks, yeah.
Your upside is Malik. And figure out what you got. Let's see. The Titans have agreed to a 1-year, $6 million deal with tight end Austin Hooper.
Yeah, I thought he was kind of gonna ball out there in
Cleveland
there, but
Baker was still in the football.
Baker's still behind the center, so yeah.
Juju Smith-Schuster is getting a 1-year, $10.75 million deal with the Chiefs.
Yeah, we kind of talked about this. Seems low, but he had some injury history and whatnot. But actually, I like it though. The Chiefs, you need something. You see what other teams are doing in that division offensively for sure. So yeah, you've got to get better somewhere. Another option besides year 2. So.
Yeah, very low risk
Good,
for them,
good
right?
for sure.
Yeah, the base is only $3 million. So the rest, that's 7 point whatever million, is incentive based. And I don't know if you've watched the Chiefs the last couple of years, Jimmer, but they don't use anybody besides the first 2 players. So I don't think there's a chance he gets close to that 10 mil. But if he does, and they actually use him, I think they'll be a better team, in my opinion. But
yeah, for sure.
they've got to do that.
They need to learn to.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I had for NFL news.
Okay.
Unless you guys had something else for the NFL.
No, good.
The Nets hold out hope Ben Simmons can return for a couple of regular season games before the playoffs.
Yeah.
So were the Sixers.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Got anything?
I mean, no, not until you had all that time in. You should have been working out, conditioning your back, your body. Obviously, he must have not been. I don't know. What's the deal?
Yeah. If he can play, I think he'll be a really big part of their success or lack of success in the playoffs.
Yep.
So hopefully he can get out there just for that team's sake, but it's just hard to say with him. I think what they said was the back. Was it his back that was still?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's never fun, especially when you're trying to condition to get back into shape and you've got a nagging injury.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like his
It's hard to work through
L5.
that.
I can't remember. L4, L5.
Yeah.
One of his vertebrae. Former Mavericks GM Donnie Nelson
I see that big one.
sued the team Thursday, alleging that owner Mark Cuban fired him last summer as retaliation for reporting that Cuban's chief of staff sexually harassed and sexually assaulted his nephew during a job interview in 2020. The lawsuit also alleges that Cuban offered Nelson, who was fired in June, $52 million to withdraw a wrongful termination claim and sign a confidentiality statement related to the alleged harassment and abuse of his nephew. Nelson says that Jason Luton, described in the lawsuit as Cuban's right-hand man, and who still works for the team, assaulted and harassed his nephew in a hotel room during the 2020 All-Star Weekend in Chicago. The nephew, a man in his 20s who is not identified in the lawsuit, had been invited by Luton to his hotel room.
Oh, boy.
So then I saw the Mavericks come out and claim or file something against him, saying that he was running a contortion scheme to try to get $100 million from them.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
right. And so the 50 million difference there, the bribe for 52, and then they come out and said, well, he basically is a leader in this plot to contort whatever.
Yep.
$100 million from the Mavericks. I mean, like I said, let it play. I'm gonna let it play out and see what the hell's going on.
I like to think Cubes isn't this way, but
Right.
because he seems like he stays out in front of stuff pretty well, and you never know when it comes down to your buddies and shit like that. You just never know how some people will react, how they'll try to make sure they take care of something.
Right.
There's got to be, if they offered him $50 million to hush hush, there's got to be something to it.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but there's got to be something.
Well, that's what he's claiming. That's what he's claiming, is that he was offered $52 million.
My deal is the Mavericks coming back and either suing or filing a statement saying he's in $100 million scheme or plot. It's like, well, okay, hold up. There's $50 million ish here that nobody's,
Okay, here's what I picture. Okay, I'm gonna give you $52 million.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta sign this and just shut the hell up about it. What do you reply to me?
Fuck off.
Unless you give me $100 million.
No.
I'm thinking that's where that
yeah,
comes from.
maybe. Yeah.
He comes
I get
back
what you're
and
saying.
says,
Yeah,
$100
yeah.
mil, we'll talk.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
I picture it. No idea.
Yeah, it definitely could be, yeah.
Mark Cuban has adamantly and very loudly, right when this came out, has said that this is 100% lies. He said, he's like, I don't know how much more clear I can make it. They are all goddamn lies. So,
yeah. Gotta
I guess we'll see.
let it play out and see what the heck is going on.
Something's gonna come to light, right? I mean, it's pretty out there right now.
I don't know in what world it would be okay to invite somebody to your hotel room that's interviewing for a job, regardless of the reason, right?
Yeah.
If that actually, even that part of it actually happened.
Yeah, like why? Well, first off, if you're interviewing someone, you have that type of power. We'll take the sexual stuff out of it anyway.
Yeah.
Why would you want to take someone up to your room for the interview? Why wouldn't you just do that down in the hotel lobby? They have like conference rooms, business rooms, shit like that. It's like, nah. Yeah, I would want. No, we just, especially today's society and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not playing any game like that. And if we are in a room that is only us, there will be my phone or something videotaping what is being said and done.
Right. So then on the other hand, if you were that guy and you are thinking that, wouldn't you think the other guy would think that was weird?
You'd think so, unless there was. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at the other side, if you think that, wouldn't you think the other guy would? And so maybe
It's a big job.
Yeah. Why? Yeah. Maybe he started. Oh,
Maybe he's
I see what team you kind of bat for.
Yeah.
I have no problem possibly
Yeah, we can go skiing or something.
pinch hitting on that team.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying
No, this is what I'm saying. Stop it. This is what we're going for.
I'm saying fabricated, right? Because if you're already saying that's fishy or whatever,
Yeah.
maybe why wouldn't that guy think it's fishy?
I'm going with the other route.
I
Me
don't
and
know.
Danny are on the same page. I think they're going to different.
I
think that it's like kind of like, you know what?
What's up? How much?
I'd pinch hit for your team, bro.
Right.
You know, all I'm looking at is for this job. That's all I'm doing.
Mm-hmm,
Don't care. And then it turns into like, because there was
See the way I brush my teeth. What's up?
right.
No shit.
We have a guy at work that has a wonderful nickname about brushing his teeth.
That is true.
But yeah,
Duke's starting to blow that game out, so they're up by almost 20. Illinois and Chattanooga, it's a close game, 46-43 right now in the second half.
who's got that?
Illinois is losing by 3.
Losing by 3.
Yep.
Okay.
And that Arizona game's getting closer,
Oh.
47-39.
Oh.
They were up by, I think, 15 just a little bit ago. So
Warrior stars Steph Curry is expected to return for the start of the Western Conference playoffs with a left foot sprain, but will undergo further evaluation with specialists. Curry suffered the injury in a collision with Boston Celtics guard Marcus Smart on Wednesday night, and the MRI overnight revealed the foot sprain. There's no structural damage, and Curry is believed to have avoided serious injury. I saw some ridiculous shit like Steve Kerr throwing a temper tantrum on the sideline, like yelling at Marcus Smart and shit. If you watch this play, you could even slow it down. You know, like sometimes if you slow the play down in slow-mo and it looks worse, you put slow-mo, regular, it does not matter. The dude was diving for the ball. He literally dove for the ball, grabbed the ball. Steph Curry, this isn't like me trying to be. Steph Curry wasn't like yelling back thinking they did it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? He was diving for the ball, and then he got the ball and also kicked it out. And then Steve Kerr was just acting like a bitch on the sideline.
Sounds like a Curry hater going off.
No, this isn't Curry. This isn't a Curry thing. This is a Steve Kerr thing. Like, you're acting like that. I'm like, dude, it was a hustle play. What is he not supposed to?
Probably because of who it is, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's not the cleanest player, so it's probably part of it. You probably think he did something.
I don't know. Maybe I haven't. How much dirty stuff does that dude have?
Dirty might not be the right word.
Right.
Very physical. We'll use that word, right?
Right, but that's what your hustle bustle player is supposed to be. A championship contender always has one of those.
Yeah, and because of what he did, unintentionally, it sounds like. I didn't see the video, but because of what he did, your golden goose is hurt, right? So you're pissed off, and
You're
probably overdid it.
Your best player get hurt. You're probably you're trying to look out for your players and defend your players. So
yeah. Let's get on to some baseball, gentlemen. Kyle Schwarber has agreed to sign with the Philadelphia Phillies. He's bringing over 27 dingers from last season, try to cover up for that loss of Andrew McCutchen.
Yep.
Who also had I'm sorry. I think maybe Schwarber had more than that. Because McCutchen, I think, had 27 last year with the Phillies. But either way, try to do a little pace.
Make up for it, yeah.
San Diego Padres acquire first baseman Luke Voit from the Yankees. Baseball and my phone does not stop going off between football, baseball. I do have some hockey stuff that comes across there, and that's also around their trade deadline must be right now.
Yep.
It's just like everyone's going nuts. Just like it's almost like COVID had them all bottled up, and they couldn't do anything with trading or anything. And we're getting it all out of the way. We're gonna
all free agent stuff kind of going off right now.
Yeah. Freddie Freeman reaches agreement with the Dodgers on a 6-year, $162 million deal. Let me go ahead and give you the projected batting lineup for the Dodgers.
Fuck.
Let me go ahead and give you this. Mookie Betts, Trey Turner, Freddie Freeman, Justin Turner, Max Muncy, Will Smith, Chris Taylor, Cody Bellinger. That's like your 7-hitter. Oh my God.
Yeah, no kidding.
AJ Pollock. Yeah, and then AJ Pollock. Yeah, that'd be Bellinger be your 8th hitter. Your number 8.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Oh my God.
At some point you got to see Turner fall off, so you would think he's getting up there in age. But yeah, no, definitely it makes me wonder why, if you're the Braves, you don't re-sign Freeman. What the hell went on there?
The Dodgers paid him under the table to not sign him. I don't know what else there could be. That's what I'm trying to get at.
I have
Maybe.
no idea.
Okay.
It sure seemed like he knew after that, that was his last game with the Braves, right? So there had to be some internal stuff like, listen, we're not going to pay you. So,
but then they go and pay, oh boy, that they got in the trade, the A's guy.
Olsen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of the replacement right in front of you. Yep. Keeping with the Dodgers. Dodgers pitcher Trevor Bauer will miss the start of the season after his administrative leave was extended through April 16th on Thursday by MLB and the Players Association. Los Angeles prosecutors last month declined to pursue assault and domestic violence charges against him. Prosecutors were unable to prove the relevant charges beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
But keep pushing them.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if you're not charging them, kind of like Deshaun, I mean, at that point, free him up to do whatever, the trade. I don't know. It's weird.
Yep.
Is there any way that the Dodgers don't win the World Series? Thankfully, they're my National League team.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Injuries?
Yeah, and that'd be probably the only
They would
thing
need a
almost.
bunch of them.
Yeah.
They would need a bunch of them with a lineup like that. And then a little bit of UFC news. Conor McGregor wants title fight against Kamaru Usman in the late summer return to Octagon.
This dude needs a drug test.
Man.
He is not in line for any kind of title shot with how many fights he's lost.
He says because he wants to stay at the 170. He's like, I'm feeling big and strong, and I'm,
Yeah. He's a no.
Yeah.
He's not in line for a title shot. You got to win fights to get a title shot, buddy. Sorry for all you Conor lovers.
I disagree with that, but that's probably the worst guy for him to fight, right? Unless it's what we know of Kazmat right now, right? Like, that's got to be the worst guy for him to fight. I disagree because I said this a few months ago. Like, I think his first fight back could be for the belt, legitimately, because of the money. I really think it could be.
Oh yeah, but not because it was legitimate and that he
it's
should
not
get
legitimate.
it.
I'm not saying what's legit or not. What Dana will give him. I
you
think Dana's
you
willing
just
to
said
do it.
legitimate. You said legitimate.
It's not going to be like.
It's
That's not
legit.
legitimate.
No,
He's lost so
not
many
legit
fights.
in the sense that he
Yeah.
earned it.
Yeah, okay,
But
okay,
I think it
okay.
honestly could happen.
Yep.
Right? Okay. Yeah, it's a good
On the
connection.
money,
Yeah.
on the money scale.
On the money part,
Dana-
but no way, right?
No way has he
shape,
earned
right, or
it.
form.
Has he earned it?
Yeah.
No, hell no.
Hell
no.
No.
And the dude, Usman will kill him.
Yeah. His fight, if anybody, he should at least, and you can call it a tune-up, but I still think Jorge could beat him. He should fight Jorge first. If he whoops him up, all right, fine. Go ahead. Go fight Usman and get mauled. But, like,
I don't
know, man.
I don't know why he would. Like, you're trying to put your career completely out because you're basically there.
He wants to get relative again, but you got to win fights.
Right. You can
Sorry.
still do that.
He can see the writing on the wall as he slides down. Right, you're not winning fights. I mean,
Well,
sure, you'll sell some for the hardcore fans, but
I think that's the reason why he said he wants to stay at the 170. He's like, because his argument was, I've already won the 155 belt. Mixed with, this is in that same article, mixed with the fact that he said, I am coming off a major knee injury and recovery from, so I don't think it'd be good for me to shed down while I'm trying to rebuild my leg back up. So he's not wrong in that part.
yeah,
But you're going to swing for the fences?
right against a wrestler in your knees, coming off major knee surgery or leg surgery, whatever.
I don't know
Yeah.
if Kamaru would actually wrestle him. He's trying to train up for boxing. He'd probably stand up with him.
He would stand up with him for sure. Yeah. I think Usman would take it.
Yeah,
'cause
it's
he
a
could whoop
win.
His ass, but B,
Yeah.
that's red panty night, right? Yeah, that
Yeah.
you're gonna make the money, easy money. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Break out the red panties, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't
I
know if it'll
hold on.
happen, but if
Hold-
anybody could do it,
We need
it's
to calm
Conor.
down. Isn't that like bad juju? It's like St. Patrick's Day, and we're talking bad about Conor right now.
Well, it's not St. Patrick's
honest.
Day. It's after
Well,
St.
it's
Patrick's
the day after. Okay,
So we're good.
gotcha.
We're cool.
Okay. Oh, okay, we're good then.
We're being honest about Conor.
Being
okay?
honest.
We're not talking bad about
Like
him.
I want him to succeed. He's kind of became not kind of. He has became extremely douchey the last 3 years or so. But
It's the way he flipped and then flopped.
yeah,
Right? He
well,
was
I'm okay. Not okay. This is a very strong word. Poor choice of words. I'm okay with that if it was just the wins and losses or whatever is going on in the UFC. I'm talking about how he's became outside of the ring.
Yeah.
In his personal life and how all that shit. I mean, how many times he's ran into the law, and done something violent towards another human being that is not a fighter.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
I was on
also.
board with him, the swagger, this, talking trash. But then he flipped to I'm so nice and whatnot. And then he
Yeah.
flipped right back. And I'm like, okay, no, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
That was the worst thing I think he could have done for just his persona and career and stuff.
It's
It showed you're just faking it to make it at that point.
part of the reason I love Conor is because of the story, man.
Yeah.
Just like weeks
Clawing
before
up.
he started working with the UFC, he was on food stamps and
Yeah.
didn't have money, everything like that.
Yep.
But when you make $100 million, shit can change you, and it shit definitely changed him.
Oh,
Yeah.
even more than
Right.
that. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
But that's exactly where it started, was that Mayweather one,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, that's where things really went downhill. He didn't have the focus, and
Yep.
if you don't have that drive to that one thing, you can't be great anymore.
No. Not unless he wants that belt. That could be his hunger, but I don't think he... First off, he shouldn't get the opportunity for that. You should not get that out of the gate. That's a bad image.
Yeah.
One of your favorite fighters back in the day was Brock Lesnar. He should have never had a title shot after what? That was his third fight in UFC. It's purely based off name, and that's horseshit too.
I don't know.
At
At that time, the heavyweight division
Yeah.
was really, really weak, and still actually kind of really weak. So I get it.
It wasn't that weak at that time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. It's all.
It was-
It's pretty
it
much
was-
Frank
always
Mir
been
was
weak.
like the best guy then, dude, and he was
Yeah.
never great.
Not that great.
Right, but I'm talking about the 2 dudes after that too.
Yeah, and they came more later, right? So like Kane.
That wasn't much later. That's literally old boy only fought like 6 times. Your guy fought like 6 times in the UFC, so that's not much later.
Yeah.
Right, but after
I'm just saying, but after 2, you don't get that after
it was
1.
basically those guys, and that was it, though. So then when the new guy come in and won some fights, I mean, I don't know.
I'm just saying that was purely name based. That's no different than what this is right here. That if because they already have done this with Conor in the past. I understand. I understand it's money. It's box office. I get that.
Mm.
But that's purely what that is. It's also sometimes the wrong image. Like, hey, you want this? I have no problem giving it to you. You need to come back and you need to win at least, I would say at least 2 fights, because he has lost abysmally here recently, multiple fights, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You'd have to at least string together, help me, help you.
Yeah.
Win 2 fights, I can make the conversation at least with the public to like, all right, now you're fighting, now you can
2
fight
fights
for
in
a
the
belt.
top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
If he won the first fight, I think Dana would give him the shot.
I know you think you would. I'm saying if it was all things right and correct, it should be at least 2 is what I'm saying.
Yep.
But I agree with you. I don't even fuck if Kamaru actually says that he would do it. I guarantee that it's gonna cross Dana White's mind.
Money is such a big factor, man.
Yeah, it is.
Even a guy like Colby Covington, right? We've talked about him. He's one of the best fighters in the UFC. He almost got cut because he wasn't making money.
Yeah.
So it's so
also
important.
remember Poirier went up to 70. Let's remember that, and he just lost to him. So you would think he'd have to fight and beat him before, if you're getting a title shot before Poirier, a guy who went up that just beat you and finished you. That's why I don't see it happening at all.
What about
You've got to fight Covington, I think, and you've got to probably, now that Poirier's went to 170, you've got to get that fight back.
so Covington's 170?
The problem is Colby's gonna fight Poirier hopefully sooner than later.
You would think.
Yeah. There's no way you can hide away from that, right? The UFC their mouth is dripping over that one.
No, so that gets better. I don't know if you've seen some of the recent interviews with Colby.
Yeah.
But he's still on that shit.
Is he?
He's like, I can't remember how he said it exactly, but I just want one thing from you. I want you to come ready to fight so everybody can watch, just like you do when Conor's in bed with your wife. Straight face. I'm like, he's not letting it go. It's got to happen, man.
So what's awesome about that, what is awesome is that I think he said it like that because just in case, because I think Kobe's a smart guy, actually. Like, he thinks his stuff out, too. He doesn't just, like, spew it just to spew it. He probably realized the word cuck. Some people won't understand what that is. We're going to spell this out for you.
We're going to clarify.
We're going to go ahead and spell this out, clarify. This is where you watch somebody else nail your wife and you're watching them do it.
Yeah.
So, do we want to, I didn't put it in my notes. Do we want to touch on female 200-meter freestyle winner?
No,
that's not going to be good.
that won't be good. I'll say some stuff that'll offend people, and
Yep, I will too. So let's leave that off.
yeah, we'll leave that out.
Is it wrong to say that it looked like that she looked like a boy? Still, like I'm still new. I'm still new to all this because there was a lot of masculinity and like muscles, and and there was a lot of like in the face. I didn't know that it was actually a female. It was the first time I'm confused.
All right.
Did you see the picture when all the other girls, not all the others, but the other girls on the podium all stood on the third place one and took a picture?
Yep, away from this person. All right, so we'll get into this a little bit, okay? So this girl started transitioning 2 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. Has been on testosterone suppression and all that stuff for 2 years, which is all fine and dandy, but you already went through puberty.
Yes.
You already had everything else happen in your life.
So you can't fully get rid of it.
Before this person transitioned, ranked 486.
Yeah, something not good
in the men's category, right? Transitions to a woman, and this happens.
And beats the record, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew this, but beat the previous record by 9 seconds.
I'll say this: it's a damn shame, and as female, I feel for the female athletes these days.
Yeah, that's
because this allows your spotlight, your everything to be wiped out,
that
taken
you've
away.
worked hard for
that
yourself,
you worked your whole life.
for your spotlight.
Yeah,
yes.
legitimately, and it takes it away from women sports. So I think if you're for this and you're okay with this, you're basically saying you don't give a fuck about women's sports, actually.
Right.
And that's all I want to say because it's going to keep getting worse.
I know.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm not trying to turn us down that area. Like, I'm not trying to make you guys uncomfortable or anything like that. I just, like, it was kind of a big news thing. And then I'm not even trying to joke about it too much. I was like, it literally still looks like a damn boy out there swimming against, like, a man swimming against females.
Just so much bigger than the other girls too.
Yeah,
right.
And I'm not talking about. I understand your life choice. That's great. It really is. If that's what makes you feel better, and I'm a firm believer in whatever makes you happy. Do what makes you happy, as long as it literally doesn't hurt somebody else.
Right.
Right. And if it hurts somebody else when it comes to something like that, then they need to F off, because that's whatever. But I'm talking about the sports side of it, purely the sports. I'm not trying to beat that down, but that's not right. I don't know how that person that just won that can feel good about themselves.
Yeah, and I honestly feel bad for that person, because it's like you did that, and that obviously is something you needed to do with your life, and you feel better, so that's awesome on a personal level.
Yeah.
The problem is when it comes to the rules, specifically with athletics, because no matter what you say, men by nature are stronger, faster, all of those different things than females. That's why they're separate sports,
and
men and women.
And definitely before puberty, you can't really ever get rid of it like that.
Right.
Like what's in. I'm sorry.
After you've gone through puberty, right?
Yeah, after you've gone through puberty, you cannot get rid of the actual. If you want to call it testosterone, if that's what you want to call it, you can't fully get rid of that. It already
does a lot, right? Bone density, muscle mass, all of those different things that you can't get rid of.
Right. The Adam's apple.
So when it comes to the rules with that stuff, we've seen it in, I think, wrestling too, even, right? Yeah. Different levels of the Olympics and stuff like that. The rules have to, I don't know the best way to fix it.
Make a transgender league.
Make
a transgender league then.
Yeah, something like that. It's just, I feel for the other girls, but I also feel bad for her because I feel like she's probably getting destroyed on social media.
Yeah,
it's not her fault.
I'm not trying. I'm not even trying to beat it up like that. Right. It's just like at some point you got to do, like, it's not fair to those ladies either, though. So. Yeah. And I'm not saying that this person didn't work hard or train hard. I'm sure they did, right?
Well, not enough to place in the men's division.
On that, we'll go ahead. On that one, we'll move on.
This could get rough.
Yeah, I'll move on for you, gentlemen. I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with my weird law. We are in the state of Connecticut. It is in Devon, Connecticut. It is unlawful to walk backwards after sunset.
What?
What was somebody doing to piss somebody off so bad about walking backwards?
Oh, I guarantee they were just annoying somebody, like, like all immature, walking back, and they probably ran into something else, like a vehicle or something like that, or
How dumb.
How dumb.
Hey, by the way, also in Connecticut, you may not educate dogs.
Imagine putting that on you apply for a job, they do a background check, and they're like, looks like you were arrested in Devon, Connecticut. What happened?
What was that about?
Well, I was walking backwards.
I had a crazy night. I had a couple of Mike Harders.
Joey.
Started walking
Shout out, Joey.
I started walking backwards. It was crazy.
I was trying to watch behind me, so nobody
I had
would
a
come
seltzer. I had 1.5 seltzers, and I got wild. Started walking backwards.
Crazy night. Crazy.
Night.
Boom.
Yeah.
And I think
you know it.
It is time for Rio's Randoms.
It is time for Rio's Randoms. Brought to you by Bo's Power Washing out of Belmont, Iowa. Make sure to hit them up for all your needs. Power washing, weed eating, mowing, all that good stuff. Let me grab his number real quick. 641-903-1720. Great guy, hardworking dude. He'll hook you up for sure.
He'll do anything. Anything you ask. If you want him to be a damn pool boy.
Hey, that's my job.
Yeah, you're cabana boy. I said pool boy. Pure pool
Same.
boy.
Same thing.
Not quite. What
Cabana
they
is
they
my
have
pool.
you wearing loincloths and shit.
That's optional.
That's definitely optional.
Was that Blue Steel? That was good.
Blue steel.
For tonight's Rio's randoms. First up. So, with all this war going on in Ukraine and stuff, had me thinking. Fuck. Instead of having war, what would be the best alternative? Say to a dictator and somebody, another dictator or president of another country, were mad at each other. Instead of going to war, what should happen? Best alternative you got.
Dance battle.
Dance battle.
Dance battle, baby.
What's up?
Let's go.
Strip poker.
Oh, I like that.
Oh.
What's up? You want your dong out?
It's got to be
Or-
televised.
Yeah.
What's up?
Gotta be televised.
Just between those
100%.
two?
Just between
Russian
the two.
roulette, baby.
Russian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
it.
Russian
roulette.
Get it done.
So I was thinking about, I was thinking about something maybe a little funnier, like, or even like more classy, like a good old fashioned game of chess or something. No, we're gonna take one piece. Ukraine isn't the ones that are piece of shits in this, so don't take this spun route the wrong way. But usually you're gonna end up with one less piece of shit in the world. So
Yeah, you're probably right.
yeah,
You're not too far off there.
Did you see where Elon Musk challenged?
yes.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
That's hilarious. On Twitter, he challenged Putin to, what was it, just fight to the death? I can't remember what it was.
Oh, okay. Yes.
was it
yes,
just
I
a
think
fist
I
fight?
did see it. Yeah.
Some kind of fight. I
Some
can't
kind of
remember.
fight. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember
did
what,
see
but
something.
yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
bullshit.
He's like if I win, yeah, leave Ukraine alone.
There's no possible way that I could ever hit Danny's fandom with Elon Musk, but I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Oh,
there.
tell Rio about the new one that you like now.
Which one?
You said you might get one.
Oh no, dude, I've been looking at that for a while. I think
Oh, I
he
didn't
already
realize
knows
that.
the
Okay.
Tesla truck.
Yeah.
I've been heavily thinking about that for a little while because
They're
first off,
beautiful.
multiple reasons. First off, it looks like I'm a huge Back to the Future guy. It kind of looks like the DeLorean to me.
Fucking nerd.
Well, not just that, but these fuel prices and this thing actually has way more towing than like the average truck, like even like the big boy trucks.
Yeah, that's true.
So-
True. Next up, would you rather end world hunger or stop crime in the United States? You're gonna be a
Damn.
bad. You're a bad
Damn.
guy, whichever way you
This
go.
is not good either way, huh? I'd rather end world hunger. We'll go there.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with world hunger too.
God dang it! Yeah, me too. Everybody.
I feel like you can't really end crime. Right?
Yeah.
No. So, who was that? Who's the Indian dude that spent a bunch of time in prison?
Oh, Gandhi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said it'd be much. I do believe it was him that said, much rather have 1,000 prisoners free that were guilty than one prisoner that was locked up innocent.
Okay.
So, kind of spinning that around the other way, like, rather be able to feed one person than worry about 100 people's crimes, I guess.
Yeah, I'd definitely go with world hunger.
Yeah.
As my uncle once said, don't make me laugh.
Slide
He
into
said, no, he said, locked doors only keep the honest people out. Or gates or anything like that.
Yeah.
He was saying, he's like, locks or windows,
Yeah.
they only keep the honest people out because
So-
ultimately if people want to
Yes.
get in and get your shit, they're going to break a window out. They're going to
They're do whatever
whatever.
they got to do.
Yep.
It's almost like whenever, like, I'm not trying to go, we went kind of stretching here and there tonight, but it's kind of like the gun thing. I don't even own a gun, but at the end of the day, you keep making it harder and harder and harder for the people that are law-abiding citizens that already jumped through the hoops to get the damn gun. I'm going to give you world-breaking news. A criminal will always be able to get a gun.
Yep.
Always.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's never not gonna happen. So you're just making it more difficult for people that already were doing it the right way in the first place. And you don't think that a mobster or a gangster or just an everyday thief can't eventually find a way to get a gun? It's just not gonna happen.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. And for my last one, not a question, it's interesting fact, actually, sports fact that I saw today and I thought was interesting with baseball especially returning. On today's date in 1953, the Braves baseball team announced they were moving back to Milwaukee from Boston. The return of baseball to Milwaukee since 1901, which they moved to Boston because ticket sales were down and such like that. That's why they moved in the first place to Boston. So I thought it was fitting with baseball back around the corner here.
Right on.
For sure.
That didn't come with a question?
No.
Oh.
No.
I do.
That's
I
just-
have
that's
one.
just a
I have
random.
one.
Go ahead.
Let me throw this in before you get the outro music going here.
Yeah.
It's a would you rather
Ooh.
that I came across the other day.
Oh, yeah, my attention.
Would you rather
Mm.
have your dog walk in on you having sex with your uncle, or
With your uncle?
have your uncle walk in on you having sex with your dog?
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't want to say dad because we can't really talk to that stuff. So
Yeah, but
none of us can for that matter.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Probably my dog walk in because at least he would stop my uncle. I'm not sure. my dog
God.
may stop it. My uncle probably not.
God damn.
You're
I don't want to be walked in on either. I don't know if I would rather do either. God damn it. That
What
was
the-
nasty.
You a nasty.
You
tough one.
nasty motherfucker. I don't know if it would be with the one with the uncle. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be me willing. So that's getting taken. The dog isn't like I'd want to, but that seemed like I'd be my side. I don't know.
Yeah,
the dog isn't raping me.
I'm banging the
Yeah,
dog.
I would say the dog is going down. The uncle's holding you down and fucking you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what's going down right now. I brought up a funny one. You can roll your thing, and then I got something for you.
Go ahead. What
Okay.
do you got?
So this reminded me of one of the best. I try to keep like a running tally of the top 10 snaps I get, right? And one of yours is up there, and that is the noise while you're sitting on the shitter. He's like, when you hear a strange noise coming from the when you're sitting down on the shitter, he took a picture of himself holding the toilet plunger up like this, all scared, you know. So here's my question for you, gentlemen. You're sitting down, you're popping a Duke. Nobody's home, and when I mean nobody, I mean we're not going to cheat and say your dogs either. Nobody's home. The dogs are wherever. They're not even here either.
All right.
You hear something break into your house. Now, you have one of three options. Don't overthink anything part of this. This is literally just pretty damn simple, actually.
Yep.
Number one, do you jump right up, pull your fucking pants up no matter what, without wiping, run down, see what's going on, take care of business? Two, do one quick wipe, toss it in there, pull up and go. Or you still go through your normal, I'm getting my ass clean, and then pull up pants and go downstairs.
See, I'm weird about that. I'm probably cleaning my ass. I got to clean my ass. If I don't, I'm running out there naked. Like, I don't give a shit. I'm just running downstairs to check it out. So
I'm going to roll the dice and go one wipe because I've had a few of those where it's just like it fell out and didn't touch the sides coming out. And it's like, why am I even bother wasting toilet paper? Did I even go? What the heck? Am I a magician?
I feel better. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Right. I'm definitely doing I'm doing the one wipe.
Yeah.
Because bare minimum, so I think we're all on board. We're definitely not doing the no wipe because I'm not going out there and whooping some ass with some poopy cheeks. You know, I don't want some like peanut butter.
Maybe that works
slide.
in your favor, right? If
I
you
don't
do
think
that.
so,
I don't
dude.
know.
I'd be like, ugh. Like that'd be in my mind before like what's going on right there. So but I gotta have at least one wipe.
I think so,
But
too.
I think if we're going too many right there, worrying about getting clean, they could clean my fucking house out by the time I'm fully done. Mm-hmm. One little quick, let's get her done. Bang.
Maybe. Yeah.
Jimmer must have to wipe it.
At least one.
I just make sure that everything's clean back there,
Gotta
bro.
be clean, bro.
Yeah.
Got to be clean.
I'm
Gotta be
very, very particular about that. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's what I have.
All right. And that is what we have tonight for Rio's Randoms. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I'm a fan of this Mountain Dew hard stuff unless they're going to sponsor us. And then I love it.
I do have to admit they're better. I think the Bud Light ones aren't very good. I think it's better than that, don't you? We had some of those the other night, last
Bud Light
week or something. It's hard soda too.
Oh.
So
yeah, the Bud Light.
So that cherry Coke one.
I didn't have that one.
That one was good.
Okay.
I usually like anything like black cherry, anything with alcohol. I usually have to lean towards. It seems like every single one has a black cherry. That one is usually decent.
Your go-to, right?
Yeah, my go-to. If I have to pick a flavor, that's
flavor.
usually the one that's going to taste the best to me.
Yeah.
I had a horror story where I did some underage drinking, and it was like red juice or whatever. And so now, like, anything red with alcohol in it, so even, like, say it's cherry or whatever, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Horror stories.
That's why I still don't drink Hawaiian Punch. I don't know if you remember that Punch Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
That wasn't extremely smart in any way, shape, or form.
Well.
In fact, it stained the side of my my wife's Cavalier.
Yeah,
the tire, the rim.
I don't know if we're talking about the same night. I think we did it twice. But do you remember the one night where we had...
You don't learn the first time.
Never learn.
We had gentlemen in the street.
Yes, that was that one.
Yeah, okay, that's the night I'm thinking of too.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, man. I get it.
That's also kind of your wife. I don't think, what is it, orange?
Yeah.
She can't do anything with orange. The color orange of any kind. The flavor, color, whatever.
Yeah.
She'll pick
Because
it up.
it's coming back up, no matter what.
Wolf.
Yeah, it's tough. Well, I think we're about to wrap her up here pretty quick. I think we're missing It Makes Sense, though. Who's got that?
Yeah, I got one. Actually thought about this one last night. So, tonight's Makes Sense if you don't think about it. So back in high school, I had a buddy of mine that liked to do a little drug paraphernalia.
Little nose beer?
No. The marijuana.
Oh, okay.
Mary Jane?
Yeah.
Mary
He and
Jane.
Mary Jane were real close, right? So he was like a
Yeah.
daily kind of deal and whatnot. So he was working at this one job, and he didn't like it there. He's like, I'm going to quit, and I'm going to go apply at this other place. So he goes and applies, and they're like, okay, whatever, looks good. You got a drug test, like, tomorrow.
Oh.
He's like, oh, crap. And it was like, I think, more money in high school. You know, that's a big deal and stuff. So he's like, man, I got to pass this drug test. So he starts looking on the internet. And that's never a good thing, right? Because he's looking for a cure on how to pass this drug test.
Take a flush, yeah.
Well, apparently, allegedly, he found an article or something that said if you drink apple vinegar, it'll like make it come out of your system or not test for, or pop for it, basically. So he buys this big ass jug of like apple cider vinegar of some sort, and we're watching him try to choke this down, and he would like get a couple swallows down and like throw up. As he,
That's a lot of vinegar.
so he does
yuck.
this for the whole bottle, and I'm not even sure how much he actually consumed because he kept on and throwing it up all over himself. It got so bad. We're like, dude, stop! Just go to the bathtub. So he sat in the bathtub, just trying to chug this thing down and throwing up on himself. Long story short, he does this all night. Whatever, fails the drug test.
Damn.
So
Didn't
that
get
wasn't the
job.
cure?
That was not the
That
cure.
was not the cure.
That'd be a lot of vinegar. Man.
Right.
Oh, man. It'd be
Oh, man,
no,
it was
man.
hilarious as he tried to choke this thing down. The words of wisdom, if you're looking for doctorate advice, the internet sometimes is not your best doctor.
Right.
You may want to plan that out a little bit better.
It's a close call. I think I'd rather try to put down some more 10 high than just apple cider vinegar,
drinking
dude.
apple cider vinegar. Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's tough. Jesus. Yeah, man, I
good.
remember that. There was a kid I knew who he always said, you guys ever see that stuff? I think it's called Fruit Fresh. It's like a spray. You spray on your fruit and help preserve it or whatever, right? People said that you could drink that, basically dump it in water and drink it. Probably same idea with vinegar. There's probably vinegar in it. People would do that or just drink gallons of water and shit. And it's like a lot of these people, though, didn't know, like, or sorry, he got kind of taken by surprise, right? Oh, shit, I have an interview or whatever, got a drug test. These people knew they've been, like, applying for jobs. and they're like, oh, yeah, no, I got to pass a drug test. Like, well, what do you expect?
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
Jesus, man.
So that's or makes sense if you don't think about it.
Yeah.
Definitely makes sense. Well, let's see. Let's take another look at these scores real quick. Iowa State, LSU in a tight game. That's an 11-6 game, 27-26 right now. Illinois pulled off against Chattanooga by 1, 54-53.
The mighty Big Ten.
Saving you.
They're all sitting all right.
Looks
they
like
only lost 3 of them.
they only lost one.
They had 12 teams in, right?
Yeah.
Right, and 3 big hitters, supposedly supposed to be big hitters, right? Well, not Rutgers, I
Not
guess.
Rutgers, and Indiana did lose their second game. So they played in the play-in, and they lost.
But otherwise, Arizona, it looks like they're going to pull it off. Who is that?
Okay.
Wright State that they're playing. But so they'll be fine. So the rest of the night's almost chalk. But, yeah, I think it's about time to wrap her up. Jimmer, you got any last words?
No.
No? Nothing else?
No,
Right,
happy St. Patty's Day.
Yep.
Late
definitely.
St. Patty's
Late
Day.
St. Patty's Day.
Absolutely. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to the interview. It's
Yeah,
a good
for
time
sure.
from a national champion.
Yes. Thank you, Christian, for coming on. We appreciate it, and I'm sure all our listeners will as well. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Good luck wherever you go after this.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys want to look him up, Christian Mintos, I think.
Minto, yeah.
Minto, yeah. Look him up. Definitely a stud at the 165 class there. But if you're out there, if you're listening, if you happen to come across us on, I don't know, YouTube, the podcast is available where, Jimmer?
Everywhere you get your podcast from. Spotify, Apple, Google, Facebook. You already mentioned YouTube, and everywhere else in between.
That's right. We appreciate all the support. We're trying to grow this thing every day. We definitely would love it if you hit us up with a story. We love to tell stories as much as we do talk sports, and it all goes down
in the DMs. Make sure you send those stories. If you have it makes sense, if you don't think about it. Words of wisdom, send it into the DMs. We'll get that story out to all the folks that want to hear it, as we do as well. Don't forget, we have a raffle going on up at Gentleman's Way. You do have to go in and get a haircut, schedule a haircut from him to be eligible to win. So go in there, get your haircut, and enter into our raffle. We'll be doing that drawing in about a month or so. Don't forget all the merch we got. We got hats, we got shirts. Definitely hit us up.
Absolutely.
Quite literally, the only hats sweeter than this one right here are our 3 gig hats. So,
for sure.
That's right.
And this one's for sale too.
Yeah, hit us up. Put a bid out there.
He's talking about this.
Yeah.
That thanks for sale. Yeah.
Yeah. Do that again.
Don't worry about it.
I was just going to get a measurement. All right. Hey, everybody.
Toothbrush Jimmer.
Thank you all so much for listening. We're going to get out of here. This is 3 Gig Sports.
We out.